All right, guys, today we're going to have the KUGOO range test. I just want to get all this stuff with this KUGOO over with so I can get rid of it, okay? So I can sell it because I can't stand this thing. Yeah, so we're going to do the range test today, and as usual with the range test, I try to go wide open whenever I can. High speed, third gear. Let me turn on the display here. We're going to start out here with nothing on the trip, 41.7 volts. And we'll put the speed up to 3, which is right there. Okay, so we're gonna, and this only has the kilometers. It won't go into the US stuff, so it's kilometers only. But I'm gonna put the Relive app on, so we're gonna go run that too. All right, guys, here we go. KUGOO. Oh man, I can't stand this damn thing. Oh, these electric brakes, this electronic brake without the grip. And then I was just looking over the manual real quick before I left here, and it doesn't even recommend you use this back brake that much. This is like an emergency brake. So you're stuck with the electric brake, which is actually on the front wheel. So if you really have to jam on this front brake and you're going fast, you're going over the handlebars. Okay, so you might as well just jump off. Maybe I'll make a video teaching you how to jump off one of these things and save your life. Here we go, KUGOO! Oh, do I hate that brake. And then, of course, you know, this cruise control kicks in all that by itself without warning. But you can, I think I found out on my second ride with this thing, you can disable it, the cruise control just by tapping the throttle. You don't have to tap the brake to turn off the cruise control. All you have to do is tap the throttle. I think we're going to try that out here as we're going up through this. I think I said something about it in another video. I don't think I posted the video yet though. So anyway, the cruise control kicked in coming up that hill and I was like, whoa. So I tapped on the, yeah, so that works. If the cruise control kicks on, all you got to do is tap on the throttle and it'll disengage. You don't have to hit the brake. So at least it has that. I'm doing 26 kilometers per hour, whatever the hell that is. I don't even know what that is. It seems like it's going pretty quick. The cruise control is on. As you can hear, this thing does rattle. Had a lot of rattling going on here. The ride is not that good. Well, it's got the hard tires, you know, so you're not going to get the super smooth ride out of it. Let's hang over here to Laurel Village. See how the villagers are doing. So just like I did with the other two range tests, the Go Tracks and the Swagger, I'm gonna just ride until it quits. Until the battery quits. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so I'm gonna get out here to the big parking lot and start opening it up. There's the Corvette. It's under wraps. I mean, this thing, it steers nice and all. It you know, it's okay to ride. I'm just not hip to this brakes at all. This electric only brake, just do not like that. And it might be the wave of the future, so I better not complain too much. Yeah, I don't care for it. I'm already down to 38 volts. Haven't even went nowhere yet. We're doing 25 kilometers an hour. I don't know if that's the top speed or not, to be honest with you. I thought it said 28, but I'm not sure. And the cruise control is on because I put it on with held the throttle all the way down. Well, I cracked 27 kilometers per hour there. God, I hope they redo that parking lot over there. Would be nice. Let's go there. I think they did the top part. Let's go back over there and take a look. We have some turnaround time here. So you know the scooter's not that fast when you can do a whole turnaround like that without even tapping the brake or anything. So you know that you're in good shape there. Of course, knowing how to ride them helps too. Yeah, they did this part here because this business is open, so they painted it. I call this painting. You know, they come and fill the cracks and then paint it with the stuff. With the tar or whatever that stuff is they use. So they did this, but I want them to do all of that down there. Okay, let's get the cruise going again. Let's kick up the cruise control. How's my battery looking? It's already down a bar, down to 37.8 volts. I mean, this is a cheap scooter, right? Okay, it was $300. They can't expect a whole lot for $300. Seriously. You can't expect the world. And I don't. I don't expect the world for $300. But I expect it to be safe. And I just don't think this thing is safe, to be honest with you. I would not recommend buying this for anybody. It's just not a safe product. You get really hurt on this thing. If you don't know what you're doing, man, you really get hurt on this thing. Got a little hill action here. The KUGOO is crying. It's a crying KUGOO. And we'll come over here and do some laps. Okay, so this 25-26, it seems to be the top speed once you get off the first 10% of the battery. Yeah, because I think it was going 28 right when the battery was 100%. It was doing 28 there for a second, and then kicked down there after a little bit of the battery went out. Yeah, so yeah, let's go in 25. The display sucks once the sun comes out. You can't even see it. You know, it gets real dim. Kind of like the Evercross. The display on that thing kind of sucks. In the night, you know, when it's cloudy, it's fine, but I think they might be tearing this place down pretty soon. See, it's pretty easy to control this thing in the wide open, you know, in the wide open throttle. I mean, first of all, it steers pretty decently anyway, you know. It steers nice. That's one of the good things about it. And then the speed. See, the thing about these scooters is the speed on some of these is very sneaky. There's this threshold of the speed on these things, and I think that's why they only make them go to that, like the 20 miles an hour. If you look at most of the mainstream scooters, they'll top out at like 18 to 20 miles an hour. You notice that, right? The High Boy S2 will only do 18. The Go Tracks, the G4 will go 20. That one will do 20. The Hover one, the Alpha, will do 18. That's when the speedometer stops, but I could swear it's goes a little bit faster after the speedometer hits 18. You could swear it's going a little bit faster. But there's this threshold on these scooters where it drastically changes the feel. And I had to hit the brake, some dude was coming in. It drastically changes the sense of speed. That's the term I'm looking for, the sense of speed. It drastically changes once you get to about 22 to 23 miles an hour. Say at the 23. You'll be going along here at 20. And then once you hit 23 or somewhere right around in there, all of a sudden it feels like you're going 40. It's very strange. And all of a sudden it goes like into this other dimension of speed. And I think that's why these scooter makers cut that off at that 20 miles an hour. Because it's not far after that 20 that sense of speed completely changes. It's a little chilly out this morning. My nose is running now. So good thing I'm not on camera. Might have to stop to blow my schnoz here. Yeah, so anyway, so this thing is very easy to control at the highest speed. It's very easy to steer because you're not going that fast. You're not hitting, you know, you're not going to go over that threshold of that, you know, that 22, 23 miles an hour, whatever that is. You have to experience it for yourself. So if you've only ridden a scooter that will only go, if you've only ridden a scooter that'll go to that 20, you know, miles an hour, then you've not experienced that warp speed. Because once you hit that, that's it. Here comes Len with his Harley. What's happening? No, I don't want to race. Yeah, until you've experienced that that warping into the next dimension. Anybody that has one of those, you know, those Cabos or any of these other ones, you know, they all know what I'm talking about. If you've never ridden one that will go more than 20 miles an hour, you're not going to have a clue of what I'm talking about. But if you've ridden the ones that go 25 and 30 miles an hour, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Because boy, it really is, it's wild when it hits that, you know, all of a sudden you're doing this 20 miles an hour and then you hit this 23 or whatever and you're like, wow. It's like it's going twice as fast as it was going. It's a really weird feeling, actually. Okay, so we're gonna ride back up over here to Popeye. And I'm gonna stop for a minute and look over the gauges and the Relive app and see where we're at here. Okay, we're still hanging at 25 kilometers per hour. The voltage is down to 35 and the bars are down to, it's in the yellow. So it's getting there, guys, it's getting there. Okay, so let me see where we're at here. Okay, of course, you know, they always go up as soon as you stop. The battery bars go back up, but you know, that's a mirage. Okay, now it went back up to 36 volts. 8.8 kilometers on the trip. 27 minutes so far. Let's see what the Relive app says. 5.1 miles, 25 minutes. This says 27. Okay, whatever. 5.1 miles so far. Okay. All right, let's get back to it. I'll go down to here and stop and take a puff. Okay, so that thing disappeared. that bar that came up, it's gone now already. But everybody knows that's BS, you know. You stop, the bar comes up, you hit the gas, the bar goes back, it's gone. It's really gone, okay? Okay, we're gonna stop over here for a minute and I'm gonna have a puff. I'll cut the video. I gotta have a puff of my vape. Okay, that was enough. Okay, looks like the speed might be starting to drop a little bit here, guys. I'm not getting the 25 kilometers per hour no more. Now I'm jumping in between 23 and 24. That's always a sign that these things are starting to go, is when that speed starts going down. It can be very subtle at first. You know, you won't even notice it unless you're actually looking down at the speedometer. It'll just drop like a mile an hour, you know, and then another mile an hour, and then it'll quit. Okay, so I'm down to 34.9 volts. I think there's one bar left. It's in the red now. So we're just cruising it out. Because you know it's just gonna quit, okay? look down at this battery, but it's hard to do when you're going, you know. Let me pull over here in the shade for a second, because I think it's getting pretty close to the end of the line here. Okay, we're gonna coast in here. Okay, so it's still showing 235.9. Okay. Maybe I'll bring the new Mantis 8 over here next week for the range test on that, on this thing. That might take a while. I might have to put some good shoes on for that. Of course, I don't know if I'll be able to go wide open all the time. I might have to just do that in spurts, because I don't know about taking some of these corners at, 25, 26 miles an hour. That might be a little bit of a stretch, especially with cars and people and stuff like that around. So, we might not be able to do that. See, this side of the parking lot over here doesn't have as many inclines as the other side. Over there where those other office buildings were, where we started out the video, there's more grade over there. Over here it's more flat. You don't have as much of a grade, so you're actually being easier on the battery over here. The battery's having a way better chance to get more mileage over here than you are over there, because you're constantly going up and down, slight grades over there. I mean, they're not mountains or anything, but they're still grades, And that makes a big difference in these batteries, man. I'm telling you, these scooters and these e-bikes, they'll go for a long time, but once you start going into any kind of grade conditions, man, them batteries go quick, man. Those hills and that starts eating those amps up. Whew, those batteries will go quick, because I did that electric XP and I was getting all kinds of great mileage on there until I hit that hill and it killed the whole damn battery. It killed half the damn battery. Okay, so I can see it slowing down now. 20. Yeah, you can feel that the speed has decreased on here. You can feel it. It's still hanging. I'm actually surprised it's went this long, to be honest with you. I thought it would do, what is it, 12.5 kilometers right now. I'm surprised it's went this long. My feet are starting to hurt. It's these tires too, guys. These hard tires. They're harder on your feet, man. You know, let's just be honest. You know, when you're out on there having fun, it really doesn't bother you. Like if I was on the trail right now, it probably wouldn't be that much of a big deal if Ivy was there and I was talking and, you know, doing all that crap. But when you're just doing one of these things, you know, you feel it. Okay, well that yellow bar has went away. Let me stop and take another look. Yeah, now I'm down to the red, 35 volts. Okay. 13 kilometers so far. Whatever that means. I have no idea what 13 kilometers means. It means something. 6 miles or something. 7, I don't know. Something like that. So I'm expecting it to quit any minute. So I'm gonna start heading the other way. So I'll be closer to the Starbucks so I can stop and get a coffee while I'm walking home. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Wonderful. Yourself?
Good. Have a nice day. Okay, so let me loaf over here by the Starbucks. Because I know this thing's crapping out. That's a given. Okay, so I'm wondering why. With this a percentage thing. Let me stop real quick and look at this. There's this little gauge up here that this number keeps going up and down. I have no idea what this means. Hold on a minute. Oh, it says 00 amp. I guess that's how many amps you're using or something like that. I guess, I don't know. I didn't notice. I actually glanced over the manual before I did this range test. First time I ever opened it. I wanted to see if there was any mention in there about the cruise control being able to disengage, but there's not. I thought maybe there was something in the P settings to turn off the cruise control, but I didn't see anything in there. Most of the P settings are ghosted out. There's only a few of them that actually do anything. 1 and 2, and then, you know, 3 through 7 or 8 are blank, and then 9 and 10 or something do something, you know. But you can't change the kilometers per hour to miles per hour. You can't do that, and you can't turn off the cruise control. So there's really not a whole lot in there you can do. So. Uh-oh. Felt a little something there. Yeah, the speed is going down still. Now we're at 22. So we're definitely losing power. Keep my eye on these roads here. Yeah, this is a nice place to come and do one of these range tests, but you can only do it like it is now. It's a Saturday morning. I think I came out, it was 8:30. You know, there's not really much happening here. The buildings are mostly closed for the most part. So you're not getting a lot of traffic. Dang, the speed just went up again. This battery is showing zilch. I don't even know how it's running. Well, that was kind of like the, what was it? The Go Tracks, the G4. Once it got to the last bar lasted forever before it just stopped. So that's how those last two range tests, that's how everything did. It just quit. The motors just stopped. I guess there's not enough amp or volts in there to do anything, drive the motor, so. All right, guys, I'm gonna stop for a little bit of a puff. Over here at the rest stop. $17.2. I can't believe this thing's still running, to be honest with you. Holy crap, 9.9 miles. This thing's gonna actually do 10 miles. I can't believe it. Wow. Full throttle like that. That's pretty good, man. I'm telling you, that's pretty good. Oh, my legs feel like lead weights. Okay, let's do it. It's got to go 1/10 of a mile before it craps out to make 10 miles. which is very surprising for this thing. I'm really surprised, man, that this thing did the 10 miles. Hey, oh, it's Shayna. We're still going on that last bar. It's in the red, but it's still hanging. Okay, I gotta stop for a minute for a break. Another break. The longer you go, the more breaks you need. So I'm at 19.8 kilometers. And the battery still says 1 bar, 34 volts. As much as I hate it, I'm pretty impressed with this range for a little beater like this. I might just keep it now. Might just keep it. I had no idea that it would go this far. Wide open like this, that's pretty impressive for this little thing. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not that heavy, but still, you know, 10 miles so far. At least 10 miles. That GO Trac's only got 6 miles under these same conditions. 11.4 miles so far. Wow. Not the GO Track, the Swagger 5. I didn't put the video out yet, but it only did 6.6 miles doing the same thing. Wide open all the time, and that thing only made it 6.6 miles. This thing is way past that. Double. It'll be double the range by the time this is done. Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. Now these other features I'm really not happy about, but I might just have to deal with the brake thing. Just be careful. Just be careful with it. It seems with these brakes, what I've noticed by just driving around here on this range test, if you kick out the cruise control before you start applying the electric brake, it seems to stop better. If you just hit the electric brake on when you're doing when the cruise control's kicked on and you're going to, you know, at the max speed, it seems to be a lot more jerky. You know, like it wants to wrench you over the front of the bar. But if you kick the cruise control off and then apply the electric brake, it seems to be a lot smoother. The stopping seems to be a lot smoother. So I think that's what you want to do. You want to kick off that and then come in there with the brake like that. Okay, so that's how you want to do it. Definitely. I don't like that it doesn't warn you that the cruise control came on. I don't like that feature, and I don't like that the emergency brake doesn't shut off the cruise control. I don't like that either, because the emergency brake, I guess, is not tied into the electrical system. So they couldn't have it do that. So, you know. All these cars coming down here, something must be going on over there. Down to 32 volts.
Wow, that thing's going kind of fast.
Oh, okay, I can feel it starting to really slow down now. It's starting to slow down now. So it's not going to be, you know, it's going to be one of these any minute deals. So I don't think I'm going to go up to Starbucks. I think I'm just going to go over here to this office building. Oh, it's really whining now. Hang out over here for a minute, because I know it's getting ready to go any minute. And I know this, man. Well, so far it says 22 kilometers. So I'm gonna hang out right here because I could just coast down the hill to the house from right there out of that driveway. I just do, oh, it's really creeping now. It's really slowing down now. Oh yeah, we're at the end. You know, it's like somebody on life support and they starting to gasp for that last bit of air. Oh yeah, this is it. That's it. We're down to 16 kilometers an hour as far as the speed goes. 13. Okay, so here we are at the end. 10. Hasn't completely quit yet like the other ones, but it's going so slow, I don't know if it's gonna... Might not do that, just might run here at this. No, it's just crapped out. Okay, that's the end of it. Yeah, that's even in cruise control, it was only doing 10 kilometers an hour. And that was the max speed it would do would be 10 kilometers per hour, whatever that is. Okay, so let's take a look at the Relive app real quick and see what our totals were. 13.0 miles right there at 1 hour and 9 minutes. Okay. So I'm happy with that. Seriously, I'm real happy with that. Real happy. So I'm going to sit up here and finish up the app. And then I'll put this in, guys, like I always do. All right, guys. Have a nice day. I will talk to you later.